Welcome, everyone, to another broadcast of Southern Virginia Athletics. Art Furler here with Mike Harmon as we get ready for tip-off of the second game of our doubleheader. Our men's basketball team hosting the St. Mary's College Seahawks from a very chilly Buena Vista, Virginia. Chilly has been, unfortunately, how the shooting has been on the Knights the last few games. Really struggling on offense. Hope them to get going a little bit tonight, turn it around a little bit, and get going early.
Yeah, like you said, the shooting has just not been chilly. It's been downright frigid for the Knights. Only scoring an average of 42 points in their last two games. Hopefully that gets turned around. They've been playing really well here in the barn. So hopefully that hot shooting comes back. Yeah,
I had some really exciting games with them the end of last semester, the end of last year. Their last couple of games at home, I'm going to say it, Mike, I'm sorry. Went to overtime, double overtime for one of them. I'm sure the Knights would love to get a quick early win here and put it away. But as we've said before, win any way you can get it.
Yeah, any way you can get it is correct. And actually, you know, the Knights are really shooting to try to be one of the top 6 teams in the CAC conference. They have to make sure they win every game at home.
Well, David Beatty said it. They're going to be there at the end, so we'll see if he can fulfill on his promise tonight. Starting lineups going right now. Mike, who do we have for St. Mary's?
St. Mary's is starting number 5, Phil Newsom. Number 11, Brendan Kavanaugh. Number 13, DeLazo Smith. Number 23, James Foley. And number 25, Marcellus Hurley.
Hurley, that's a name that's played a little bit of basketball over the years, I think.
Yeah, and he just got kicked, or did get kicked out of his game the other night.
There you go. And for Southern Virginia, the Knights' familiar starting lineup, number 4, Nate Adamson, number 10, Anders Jacobson, number 11, David Beatty, number 30, Kevin Walker, and number 45, Justin Langford.
Well, it's going to be important for the Knights to get off to a very quick start. Have two teams really in the opposite directions in their last two games. St. Mary's winning and the Knights losing in not fine fashion.
Well, hopefully you use the break a little bit. You shake some of it off. It's a little difficult when you're playing over the break, but when you're not in class, even with the holidays, it gives you a little bit more time to think about it, a little bit more time to hopefully get a little angry about it, wanting to turn things around. We'll see if the Knights are able to capitalize on some of that energy, some of that focus, and get a win in before classes start coming up here on Monday. But lest we forget, we'll have a doubleheader here on Saturday. They got another game before classes even get in session. Beatty here to tip off against Hurley. And not sure what that was about, but here we go. Beatty gets the tip, but sends it to St. Mary's. And we're underway. Smith at the point. Seahawks, good ball movement, good defense. Walker comes away with a steal.
And again, getting off to a good start is going to be so important for the Knights.
Beatty over Jacobson.
Illegal screen on Walker.
And that came through quickly. That's very rough. Walker integral to the last couple of wins the Knights had here at home. They would love to have him play a lot of minutes and stay out of foul trouble. Picking one up in the first 30 seconds does not bode well.
Here's the
Knights applying some pressure. Walker coming up with that. And Walker's got 2 takeaways in the first 2 possessions. Jacobson off balance, in and out. No foul call. Walker back in defense.
Oh, there should be a charge.
Offense. Kevin Walker. I said that you might take the time to get a little angry, and Kevin Walker's come to play tonight, folks. He's been a one-man wrecking crew on defense, and that'll give Newsom his first foul. And the full court press coming in.
Yeah, a little bit of token pressure, but
they
lose Justin Langford in the back.
Great no-look pass going ahead very quickly by David Beatty. Great scorer, underrated I think a little bit with his ability to pick up assists as well. Both teams playing a little bit of pressure. Sliding down the back door. And it's going to go the way of the Knights. We said it in the first game as well, Mike, but both teams a little sloppy maybe, shaking off a little bit of rust.
Yeah, but they've already played 2 games apiece, so you'd hope that rust was not be there.
Rust, Mike, it's rust, I'm telling you. Patient play by Adamson, fakes his man out, gets the open shot. And the Knights go up 4-0.
And there's just something about playing at home.
Mm-hmm.
Gives
Absolutely.
you so much confidence.
Seahawks looking to spend a little more time setting up the offense this time, maybe gone a little quickly. Set play coming in now. Coach calling it out. 3 seconds on the shot clock, barely gets it off. No good. Beatty tips it over to Langford. Beatty and Langford, the anchors down low. Beatty takes it. Oh, drops a dime over to Adamson, gives it back. Good ball movement. Jacobson gets stuck, finds Walker. Almost gets the kiss off the glass. But you look at what the Knights are able to do in 30 seconds at time, how many opportunities, how much pushing and swinging around they get. And that's a second quick foul on Newsom, by the way. And it just seems so much more than what St. Mary's has been able to do.
Well, we've seen that they've adjusted their offense too. The Knights have. Last time we saw them, they're more of a pick and roll offense. Now they're looking to attack downhill to the basket and make the referees call the foul.
Absolutely. Walker able to connect. He's got his first point. Those certainly stuff in the stat sheet early on the defensive end as well. Substitution, Garrett Snoops coming in for the Seahawks. 2 for 2, which is a good sign. The Knights have struggled even from the free throw line over the last few games. I believe it was 44% in one game recently. So it's great to see them start hot. A lot of pressure being applied by the Knights.
Very active in this zone.
Halfway through the shot clock, the Knights have not, or Seahawks have not gotten within the 3-point arc yet. And they're going to choose not to on the whole possession. Jacking it up, no good. Adamson with the rebound. Is met at half court, shakes a man out of his shoes. Adamson gives up top to Beatty. Thinks about it, rather drive. Walker with the hustle, but it's going to go the other way. Pat Ryan will come in the lineup for James Foley.
Yeah, a lot of great possessions for the Knights and great defensive possessions that the Knights are showing, not allowing anything inside the 3-point line.
Yeah, great effort on both sides. And a foul call on Adamson way far away from the basket. The pressure given the Seahawks fits. Referee doesn't seem to be too keen on it either.
Yeah, they're going to call that 94 feet away, but when we've been seeing them down inside in the lane, not letting the pressure really be applied.
Straight off the bench, straight into the shooting stances. Ryan, no good. Back the other way. Langford connects. And all of a sudden, we got an 8-0 run in the first 3.5. And that's enough. Coach Harney from the Seahawks wants to talk it over.
Again, this is the kind of start that the Knights want to do every game, but especially at home. Again, if you can win all your games at home, that's 9 games or 8 games that you've won in the conference, and that should get you into the conference tournament. Especially
if you can start getting some takeaways on the road as well, all the better. But it's a lot easier to control the environment that you're in here. You love to come away with those home victories. And, of course, it's nice to win in front of the home crowd as well.
It sure is. And like I said, the students are away. We do have a few students that have trickled back in. Classes do start on Monday. We'll be looking for more students on Saturday. But once this place gets packed with the students and how confined area that it is, it really throws the other team off.
Well, and it's so cyclical because you win games, people want to come out and be a part of it. People come out and are part of it, the place gets energized, as we saw with some of those overtime games, and all of a sudden it's easier to win, and it's either going to spiral up or it's going to spiral down. You lose games, less people come out, there's less energy, you get that less advantage. So Knights really wanting to, despite some losses on the road, if they can win here at home and keep that going, it makes it so much easier to win basketball games.
And like you said, you want to win the games here, go on the road, steal 2 or 3 of them. That gets you almost to 10 wins in the conference, and that is phenomenal.
Well, 3.5 minutes into this one, the Knights leading 8-0. And Newsom with 2 fouls already for the Seahawks. The Knights got a couple guys with 1 apiece, Adamson and Walker. Distributed scoring for the Knights as well. Langford leading the way with 4. 20 seconds before they even start going. That's going to roll out of bounds. It's going to stay with St. Mary's.
And really, it doesn't look like the Knights are really trying to steal a lot of the passes. They're just trying to slow the Seahawks down just enough to throw them out of an offensive rhythm.
Toss into the backcourt, where the Seahawks will set up. But again, now 10 seconds left. And they've not gotten in, now just breaking inside the arc. No good. Tip over, Langford still able to corral the rebound. Adamson pushes, good look over to Beatty. Kick back to the outside, good, great ball movement. Walker. Rebounded by the Seahawks. Oh, great adjustment there, both on the rebound and then the shot. Snoops gets the first basket for the Seahawks.
And don't know if that was really the three-point shot that you wanted. You had done so well attacking the basket. Keep attacking the basket. Make the referees call the fouls and get those cheap, easy points.
There's some pressure and traveling the call on Langford. Starting to come back the other direction as far as momentum is concerned. Only 2 points, but a turnover and some great ball movement starting to favor St. Mary's. Good defense, but the basket falls. Lazo Smith.
Looks like the St. Mary's is starting to adjust a little bit to that pressure. Maybe the Knights caught them a little bit unaware. Haven't seen it on film before. And there's Adamson attacking the basket. That's what the Knights need to continually do, especially when they're playing out there really with 3 guards.
Canary call for that foul. You can tell that was an ISO. Adamson, not the traditional clear out the lane, but you can tell everyone's standing up and giving him that move around the perimeter all the way up himself. Adamson hits the first, and that's going to bring in Aaron Rumbaugh. We've talked about him before as kind of an injection off the bench as well. He's able to score at will. Adamson makes them both. And the pressure continuing. Numbers for the moment for the Seahawks. Langford.
And that's where you'd like to see Langford more move his feet. You got big 21 there. Pat Ryan coming down.
Right.
Probably not the greatest dribbler in the world. But when he has to dribble the ball from 20 feet outside from the basket, get over, take the charge.
Yep. Langford called for that foul. It was wise to not give up the easy basket, especially since the first free throw misses. He'll come out. Cale Thornton coming in the game for him. Pat Ryan looking to hit the second of 2 and does so. So 50% on that trip for him.
And now a little bit of pressure from the St. Mary's Seahawks.
Great body control by Beatty. Go up in the air, deliver that pass right where it needs to be. Adamson. Good. Thornton not quite ready for it. Jacobson. Thornton comes down with the rebound.
And they're going to call him with a push.
I don't don't know what it is, but Thornton just has been a magnet for foul calls all season long. Maybe it's a haircut? I like it. I think it looks all right.
Maybe it's the knee sleeves that he's wearing.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. But it seems like he can't step on the court without getting a foul call, and it's not, they're not always particularly blatant. Off-balance shot that time, one-handed corralled by Beatty. It looks pretty, but I'm sure coaches would love to see it come down with two hands. Thornton back to the basket, sneaks underneath.
Oh, nice step through.
Low scoring affair so far, but 12-5 will work since it's in the Knights' favor. And Beatty trailing on the play, looked like he was going to hang out in the backcourt and came up just in time. Jacobson, splash!
And if they can get their three-pointers working again, that could go ahead and make sure that the Knights can travel well and win some games on the road.
And there's the foul at midcourt, probably a good call since Ryan was well behind. Great job so far tonight by Beatty. Applying some pressure, really ramping it up. And he's going to get a well-deserved break as Emmett Mosley will take the court.
I haven't seen Emmett. He's been battling some injuries. Hopefully he's all healed up after the break and ready to lend some hand and help to the Knights.
There's Mosley. Oh, trying to give it back to Rumbaugh, but not a clean connection. The Seahawks moving the ball up quickly, end to end, no good. Cale Thornton comes up with it.
And I don't think that's what the Knights really planned, is having to go straight down the gut.
Laser back inside, back out to Jacobson. Open shot. Well wide that time by Adamson. The look ahead by St. Mary's. And the finger roll is good by Canary. 15-7.
Looks like St. Mary's is going back into a little 3-2 zone now.
Jacobson up top to Thornton, to Mosley, back to Thornton. That's really swinging it around, making that zone move. Rumbaugh's shot, no good. St. Mary's really happy to take as long as they'd like. They're in the back before moving the ball anywhere close. Again, 13 seconds. They have not been moving it in and out. Nothing in the lane yet. Nothing inside the three-point arc. 7 seconds. Finally, they go inside. Thornton fights for the rebound and takes a shot in the mouth. Oh, and he's got blood. Huh? Nope, it's a shadow. I can see. I can totally see.
Maybe you ought to be a referee.
Oh, that's funny for so many reasons. Oh, my goodness. Okay, James Foley called for the foul, I think. Is that
That's what they say.
right? 23, Foley. You can tell he's kind of grabbing his lip a little bit there, not comfortable. I was seeing the blood inside.
He did take a good little shot to the mouth.
I'm giving away my superhero identity. I have x-ray vision. I saw blood inside. Beautiful three-pointer that time. Kevin Walker now leading the way with 5. And great defensive effort.
Yeah, nice hands there by Aaron Rumbaugh.
Rumbaugh breaking it up. Boy, the Knights have just been causing chaos for the Seahawks trying to put their offense together. You can hear Coach Harney just screaming, trying to get things going. Have not been able to do it.
And I believe this is the first time that the Knights have brought out this little 2-2-1 press that they've shown the Seahawks.
Winslow in the game. The basket good at the other end by Phil Newsom. Thornton out. And the three-pointer is good. The Knights really shooting well. Kellen Winslow. And another timeout taken by St. Mary's. The Knights jumping out 21-9. We talked about anemic scoring, really struggling in their last few games. They got 21 points in this one in the first 9 minutes and 15 seconds, half of what they've had in a game.
Well, there's nothing like home cooking. You're at your own home with your own rims. You're in here, you're shooting every day. Again, the confines of this arena really makes it uncomfortable for a lot of teams. St. Mary's comes from a huge arena. And the shooting backgrounds aren't as good there, but again, they have a lot of space, and so they don't feel that. But when you're in here, everything's right up on top of you, so you get a little claustrophobic. The Knights are used to it. It doesn't really work against you when you go and travel, like when they go play Christopher Newport or up to St. Mary's or Salisbury, when they have these huge arenas. The further back people are, it really doesn't bother you. It just makes you play a little bit freer.
Yeah, but having them in your face certainly can.
We haven't seen the bad call board up today.
It's actually over here now. It's turnovers and ankles broken.
Turnovers and ankles broken.
It's a new year. You got to get creative. The foul drawn on that one. That one called on Kellen Winslow. It'll be his first.
Well, this is the start that the Knights wanted. Now they just have to sustain it. They can't let down. They can't look at the scoreboard and say, hey, everything is going our way. We're really hitting our stride, and starting to slow down.
We know from the first game exactly what happens when you do that. Yep. High arcing shot. Wide left by Kavanaugh. No player on the Seahawks has more than 2 points so far in this game. And that is Kavanaugh's first point. So it still holds.
Again, the zone press and the zone half-court defense the Knights playing really has thrown a monkey wrench into what the Seahawks have wanted to do.
Great feed down low. Walker finds Thornton. I was saying no players scored more than 2 for the Seahawks. There are 6 Knights who have scored more than 2 points so far in this game. 6. And there's Walker with the steal. And that's going to be a foul. Foley, I believe his second. Yes, it is. And everything coming up for the Knights so far.
And you really would have liked to see Kevin go ahead and go for a reverse there. He would have got the foul, but had a better chance of putting the ball in the
basket as well. So Kevin Walker with 7. So let's Walker and Adamson combining for 11 versus the Seahawks 10. How about that? Got them both. Or excuse me, now with 7.
Now with 7.
I can also predict the future.
What? Where's the lottery number so I can call somebody else and have them buy me a ticket?
I guess it's not gambling if you know the numbers, right?
That's right.
15 seconds. Good spin move. No good. Just so many bodies down there in the paint. The look ahead. And Rumbaugh corrals it.
Foul
well enough.
Number 5. Phil Newsom, that'll be his third.
And it is indeed.
Great point.
And the basket is good. Rumbaugh now on the board.
Okay, this is the start that the Knights want to go ahead and bottle and take with them on the road.
Sure.
And have here at home for the rest of the season.
St. Mary's looking to gather. Down 17, trying to put something together.
The Knights have changed their zone. Now it's into a 1-2-2 or a little high 3-2 for them.
Mixing up looks. A lot around the perimeter, nothing on the inside. The Knights with numbers. Thornton, through contact, able to finish that. Very impressive body control, especially for a big man. 29-10. Still, no penetration. They get in the middle this time, and turns out it works well for him. Marcellus Hurley, still no player on the Seahawks with more than 2 points.
Well, again, I think the film on the Knights have been pressure defense, man-to-man, man-to-man, man-to-man. Now we're starting to see some zone press, full court, and then 2 different types of zone into half court. It's caught the Seahawks really not knowing what to do.
Clock winding down. Walker goes for the steal. It's coming back up court. The Seahawks still spending a lot of time setting up. They get it inside early this time. Back to the outside, well over the top. Woo! And look at that.
In the basket.
That was impressive. I don't know if that's what he was aiming for. Is it like a Globetrotter game? You get in there, it's like 4 points?
Maybe.
A very errant pass.
And with this start and the way the Knights are playing, they don't want halftime to come. The Seahawks, on the other hand, can't wait for halftime to get here.
Can we just trade some of our timeouts to have halftime now? Is that a thing? Walker up top to Beatty. Soft touch off the rim, but does not fall.
And David turned around there, and there was no one guarding him. He didn't really recognize it quick enough.
That shot from the outside is good for 3. Lazo Smith, and now the curse is broken. He's got 5. The Knights slowing down their scoring a bit. Langford, good look. Back outside, Jacobson. No good. Walker comes up with it underneath, throws it away, but it will be off of a Seahawk player. So it'll stay with Southern Virginia.
Yeah, St. Mary's has changed to a zone 2, trying to slow the Knights down. The Knights are obliging. Really like to see the ball go inside out about 2 or 3 times, and then we'll see some wide open shots or drives to the basket.
Walker looking inbound. Time is short. Finds Beatty. Blocked. And off to the races go the Seahawks. Basket.
I don't think he's going to count the basket. Called it on the floor. Oh, he is counting the bucket. Wow.
I don't know the last time I've seen something called on the floor and waved off. Seems like it's been a while. That's going to be a timeout taken by Coach Caputo. Typically, I mean, home cooking's good when you're talking about the home arena, the constraints there. It's good when you're talking about the crowd here. There's also some referee home cooking you hear every once in a while. I don't think the refs are getting much giving much in the way of that yet.
No, and I don't think we'll see ever the refs give any home cooking here. Just because I'm referring to the professionalism that they have.
Of course.
You know, but now that was a great timeout called by Coach Caputo. He sees the momentum starting to go away.
Swing back.
He sees that the Knights are struggling a little bit with that zone that St. Mary's is playing, and so just call the timeout, refocus his troops, and play in smaller segments. Let's play a 3-minute game, guys, and let's try to win that 3-minute game, and then we can get to the last 4 minutes and try to win that 4 minutes instead of saying, okay, for the next 7 minutes. Give the guys a little bit smaller chunks to bite off and try to control.
Yeah, the half as a whole, you're still winning as well. So don't focus on the last couple, 3-4 minutes. Focus on the half as a whole and where we are there, because so far that's really been working out.
Again, you'd like to see the ball attack the rim a little bit more. That zone, the weak spot is right around the free throw area. So when David Beatty flashes there especially, he should really just catch, turn, and look. There's nobody on him. That's a nice little 14-foot shot, and he should be able to bury that consistently at about a 60% rate.
Yeah, he's really that dual threat if he can go down low, but he's also got the range a little bit on him that can be so helpful. Kavanaugh off the line to complete the three-point play, does so. He's now got 4 on the night. And the press is on. Adamson able to break it. But the Seahawks really extending their defense out a lot further now, mirroring what the Knights are doing to them.
And they've gotten back into their man-to-man. Let's see if the Knights can exploit it by driving to the basket and getting to the free throw line.
Under 10. Walker finds Beatty. All day.
Little pick and pop.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you know, all right, there's not 3 seconds left. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to step into my shot. No pressure at all. Cross-court pass is on the mark this time.
And that shouldn't happen against that zone, being able to drive into the basket from 25 feet out.
Walker comes right back, finds Adamson. Langford speeding down court, but just a step behind Kavanaugh, who has very quickly jumped out to 8 points. The lead now 10.
Oh,
offensive foul.
And that's where David needs to go, try to go straight up instead of leaning into the basket.
Oh, I said I hadn't seen one waved off in a while. I guess I still haven't because he didn't make it. And the Knights previously looked like they had an insurmountable lead, just bearing down, now looking a little more mortal. As the lead back down to 10, St. Mary's with the opportunity for the first time in quite a while to cut the lead to single digits.
Well, you'd like to stay that hot, but you know you're not really going to be able to. Now the Knights have to go and make stops, and if they can trade baskets going into halftime, I'm sure Coach Caputo will be extremely happy.
Taking all day, 10 seconds before they even start again.
Oh, and they're going to call it on David.
Caputo's arguing that he was backpedaling. I think he's got a case to be made. I don't know, kind of an unusual foul. In any case, Snoops goes to the line and connects on the front end of the 1-and-1.
Well, again, the Knights have gotten away from what got them this lead of attacking the rim. Attack the basket, and they got to the free throw line. Right now, they're kind of settling for little jump shots or three-point shots and not being able to really put those down at a very consistent rate.
And it's starting to show in the way this score is going, now down to 8. Snoops able to convert both. Walker steps out, and there's the block coming back the other way. That's Foley. That's going to be his third. He's going to have to get comfortable on the bench, I do believe.
We're going to leave him in there. I think I would attack him again.
Yeah, absolutely. He's started for them. He's not been scoring a lot of points. But certainly one of your big men you'd like to see move down to tier 2, sure.
Yeah, put him in another pick and roll with Kevin Walker or with David Beatty or with Adamson or Jacobson. And
yeah, even
when he tries to
Rumbaugh. There's
when he tries to string it out, attack him.
A lot of threats on the offensive end here. Deflected. Good block by Langford. Getting out in front. Rumbaugh, nice touch pass. Up and under. Adamson with his 6 points now. Such distributed scoring for the Knights. Oh.
I think it's just a little bit out of control there. Walker was too close.
That's the problem. You get the tip, and if the guy on the ball, the guy goes down.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. Pat Ryan coming in for that. Fouls staying close. The Knights a little more distributed on fouls as well than are the Seahawks.
And the Knights need to get back a little bit for defensive balance here. Talking about who's on top, trying to figure out who's going to be on their zone once they get back onto defense.
Snoops makes the first. Lead now down to 11. Been fluctuating in this 8 to 12 point range for the last several minutes. And there goes the second. Adamson to Rumbaugh. Tries to go down low. Saved back in. But the 4-on-5 is enough for just a moment to open up Rumbaugh. Now with 4 points. The press is on. Both teams really liking to press now. The Seahawks break it. Oh, a nice spin move. Lazo Smith with 7.
And both teams are starting to settle in a little bit against the defenses they've been seeing this whole half.
Adamson, not a good shot, but a great follow high off the glass. And this lead's staying in this 8 to 12 range, which the Knights have got to be happy with. They'll take that all the way down to halftime. And
wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Strange.
A lot of bodies.
Strange night.
Yeah, a lot of bodies on the floor there.
Short on that, but it goes the other way. Or no, excuse me, tipped out.
No, they're going to leave it with St. Mary's. Yeah, there's been some strange calls and stranger no calls.
Yeah. Strange stuff all over the place tonight. Teeing it up from the outside. No good. Rebound by Rumbaugh. Off the missed shot by Ryan. Cale Thornton. Banging bodies down low. Rumbaugh splits. And gets it to drop several bounces. I guess he's living right.
He understands the rims here.
Yep. Inside out.
Called to the 2.
2 is good for Snoops. Knights slowing it back down.
Yeah, Coach Caputo is trying to get the shot he wants to make sure the Knights keep this lead.
Yeah, this back and forth can really swing either way, and you don't need it too much in your favor. Good reset. Oh, and blocked at the rim. Numbers now for St. Mary's. Working it around, open shot is good. 2
shots, 2 points. Snoops again.
He's very much warming up. Now 10. Like I was saying, this can go either way. You don't need it in your favor, though.
Yeah.
You might as well settle it down.
And then when you get the offensive rebound, once you got this 10-point lead or more, get the offensive rebound, get it back out, run more clock.
Yeah,
get the shot you want.
Doing that now, 10 seconds. Waiting for the call on that. Ooh. Pat Ryan, that will be his first. Sending Cale Thornton to the line in the 1-and-1. Because it's the 1-and-1, that'll give Jace Edmonds an opportunity to check in for Aaron Rumbaugh. Yeah, that back and forth, there can be lots of points quickly, which you need if you're trailing. You don't if you're winning.
Yeah, and that also allows for great momentum shifts.
Exactly. Off. Coming down. Cross-court pass. Some really nice moves by Smith so far tonight.
Yeah, the Knights were doing a great job in the first about 8 minutes of keeping St. Mary's out of the lane, actually keeping them out of anything but beyond the three-point line. And now we've seen the Seahawks being able to attack the rim almost at will.
A lot more penetration. Adamson swings out, gets his hands off of it. That's going to be tipped by Smith. Coach Caputo making sure his team knows there's 9 seconds left on the shot clock.
See what type of set the Knights throw here.
Looking to open up Anders up top.
Going to a 1-4 low. Oh, and a hand check.
Foul. They'll take it. Kavanaugh, his first. They'll use that. He's got 8 points so far. Been a big contributor to the Seahawks.
Like I said, with Jacobson out there, with Edmonds out there, and Adamson, I don't know why you don't go to that low 1-4 more often.
It's true.
The referees are going to call those hand checks. Take advantage of it.
Well, and Jacobson normally is such a prolific free throw shooter, and uncharacteristic miss on the first. A very uncharacteristic miss on both.
Yeah, in the last 2 games, he just really hasn't been himself.
Long miss, strong putback, and tipped in. Once again, Lazo Smith. Really stepping up his contributions, and at a point where his team needs it, now down to 6. It's been the first time it's been that close in quite a while.
And now the Knights can't wait for halftime to get here to regroup.
Right. Kicked out again. Jacobson can hold for the last shot and wisely realizes that. No reason to give another opportunity to the Seahawks.
I would go ahead and go down to that 1-4. They're going to try to run a little horn set.
Tries to get the tip, no good.
And that play just never really materialized. It was like they're on 3 or 4 different pages. We saw earlier with 9 seconds to go in the shot clock, they got the ball out to Jacobson, went to a 1-4 low set. Jacobson drove, got the foul called. Don't know why you wouldn't go back to something like that again.
Yeah, very, very confusing. And we were saying it was in that 12-8 range for quite a while there. Probably a win, I'd say, for the Seahawks going into halftime, that they're able to cut it down to 6, get outside of that range for the first time in a long time, heading into the locker room. Once again, the Knights here at home currently ahead of the St. Mary's College Seahawks, 42-36. Speaking of home, I'd like to welcome all of our folks watching at home. We sure have a good time with everybody out here in the arena. We talk about people here in the arena a lot, but we want to recognize everybody who's watching from home as well. Particularly a shout out to Webb, Robert, and Julia, the nephews and niece of assistant coach Mike Kosic of our visiting friends from St. Mary's. Thanks for watching. We're going to break away for the half. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes. The Knights up 6 at the half. Welcome back, everybody, to the beginning of the second half of Southern Virginia men's basketball, leading the St. Mary's College Seahawks 42-36. Looking down the stats of the first half, the first thing that jumps out to me, the Knights are 14 for 30 from the field. St. Mary's, 14 for 30 from the field. So that's pretty even. You look at free throws, 7 for 9 for St. Mary's, 10 for 13 for the Knights. Pretty even. This number right here, though, 1 for 8 from 3 for St. Mary's, 4 for 11 for the Knights. So essentially they went 1 for 8 and then 3 for 3.
Yeah. That's where the big difference has been those three-point shots. Again, the Knights need to make sure that they attack the rim as much as possible.
Yeah, everything else across the board pretty darn close. The Knights with a few more assists, a few more steals. But close stats across the board, which is why we have such a close game as we are underway now here in the second half. Momentum started to shift there at the end of the first. And Langford starting off very well here in the second.
Yeah, nice soft shot by Justin.
Yeah, not typical from a big man. Ooh, Beatty going in for that one. Will now have to come back from behind the play. And Justin Langford, lots of defensive pressure. But it is not enough to prevent the basket. Adamson with the handle for the Knights. Beatty, skip pass over the top. Under 10, that's got to find something. That's a good thing to find.
Yeah.
3 is good for Kevin Walker. And Walker not giving up on the play after missing the steal, and then the quick stop and go. Catches a defender, and that is a great defender to catch. That's James Foley. I believe that's a quick fourth.
That's his fourth foul.
Very heady play.
And to pick it up in the first minute and 20.
Smart play by Walker. he just looked over to the bench and mouthed, "I didn't know he was behind me."
Yeah. Kevin shouldn't be saying that. He should take all the accolades of being a smart player.
Yep, I did it. I did it. Just like we drew it up. He's caught in the trap. Oh, great pocket pass. Working around, gets it back. Under 10, open look. Great ball movement gives Justin Langford the easy bucket.
And this is the way the Knights started out in that first half, making sure that they're attacking the basket. If they can continue this through the whole half, they'll take this game and advance the lead further.
Langford fighting for it.
Oh, and they're going to call the foul on that?
I didn't see the backside. I couldn't see that. That's Jacobson. It's his first.
Wow.
I was like, if they call that on Jacobson, on Langford, I was going to be surprised. Jacobson certainly seems surprised that it's on him. Knights have extended that lead to 11, up from the 6 they started with. And held the Seahawks to a single bucket so far. Never mind. Newsom able to connect. Knights not in a hurry. 9-point lead. They don't want to get in the trap of not working the ball around, though. Ooh, in and out for Walker. Something the Seahawks struggle with in the first is not getting penetration. And that pass too hot to handle off the hands of Pat Ryan. He has struggled so far in this matchup.
Yeah, just haven't found an offensive flow. And we've seen him inside and also taking threes, so obviously he might be a great offensive player for him, but the Knights have been able to keep him down.
Walker, oh, good thought. Just a little too much on it over Langford's reach. And that's a turnover to the Seahawks. That was a good stat for the Knights in the first half as well. Only 4 turnovers.
Yeah, great job of hanging on to the ball.
It's a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio for the team.
Oh, and they didn't start the clock.
The press on again. Finds in the corner.
And there he is.
See, Pat Ryan. Same as in the first game. I comment on somebody struggling. Boy, let's see.
Yeah, get one of our
Adamson.
guys.
Adamson's really been struggling. I don't know what's going on with him. Good inside look. Langford
nice
fights through
reverse.
contact under the backboard. He makes it look easy, folks. It is really not. It's so hard to adjust your shot from that position. Just a nice spin.
Well, that's really good footwork from Justin also, making sure that he doesn't walk, he stays in bounds and uses the rim as a protector.
Langford called for a second foul now. And Aaron Rumbaugh will come back in the lineup for him. Or excuse me, no, for Beatty. Oh, Langford only has 2. That's something we've really seen from the Knights so far tonight as well, is really balancing their fouls. They've had foul trouble in several games so far this year. But now, even 4 minutes into the second, no player with more than 2.
Yeah, they're starting to learn how to play defense with their feet and not reach out with their hands, getting in better basketball shape and condition.
Seahawks not so lucky. Newsom with 3, Foley with 4.
Let's hear Coach Caputo. Oh, no. Doesn't want to see Ryan get on a hot streak.
Ryan now up to 7, the lead down to 5. Good look. Adamson. Now, what do you know? Adamson with a bucket. Clearly nothing to do with the commentator curse. He was doing fine before I even said anything. Oh, great defense that time by Langford to avoid the foul as well. Oh, great defense at the other end. And coming back is Smith, who did very well in the first half. Spin move. Gets the roll.
Yeah, that's something we don't see very often, is the ball being taken out of Jacobson's hand.
It's true. The ball now back in Jacobson's hand, and that's going to be on 13. Smith, his first foul. And coming in, Danny Canary will relieve Kavanaugh, and Adamson will head to the bench for David Beatty, who's been pretty quiet tonight. He's had some good looks, some assists, and some the assisters, but only 3 points. Walker finds Langford, who finds the bottom of the net.
And again, you see the Knights attacking the rim, getting into the lane.
Great deflection by Walker.
Finding someone outside for the shot.
Walker's got so much hustle. Good look inside. Langford again. That's going to extend the lead back out to 9.
And right now the Knights have 3 players in double digits. Langford leading the way.
Yeah, which is great. Normally the Knights, frankly, over the years have been known for their guard play and have really had varying success down low. Sometimes it's been, they've had really struggled. Sometimes it's been able to hold the line, but it's been a long time since we've really been dominated by big men down low, in my memory.
Well, yeah, and Justin's not really a true back-to-the-basket post player. He's being right now the recipient of a lot of guards driving into the lane. He's stepping out 15 feet from the basket and able to hit those little jump shots. And if he can continue to do that and the guards can continue to get into the lane, it could be a long night for the Seahawks.
Absolutely. 20 points combined so far from Langford and Thornton down low, more than a third of what the Knights have got. That's a great contribution. Looks like we're verifying, making sure the score is correct.
Both books down there have the right score, have that score, so that's what we'll play with.
There we go. Jacobson,
Nice
talk about
job.
playing defense with your feet. Whew. And you called it warming up. Boy, I think that's 3 in a row from 3 for Ryan, who had 1 point in the first and is now up to 10.
And again, the Seahawks will trade 2s for 3s. Someone's got to stay on Ryan. And we'll call a walk on David.
Much to the chagrin of Coach Caputo. And now calling out Ryan, acknowledging his run. He's now trailing the play. High floater. Beatty comes up with it, looking to push. Rumbach over to Walker. Walker on the drive. Good kick out to Thornton.
Oh, and just not able to convert there. Great look at the basket.
Walker with the hustle. And we'll get called for the foul.
That's 3 on Kevin.
Now that is a big blow. 12 points. And as we've mentioned, just adds so much besides the points by being on the floor.
And I know the press has been working for the Knights, and they've got a lot out of it. But now might be the time to take it off for 1 or 2 possessions. Let the Seahawks forget how to break it so easily, and then put it back on later.
Yeah, typically, as I understand, the whole point of a full court press is that it's not traditional. It's putting them in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, and they're starting to get comfortable with it.
Kavanaugh makes them both.
So now you have 4 Seahawks in double figures.
Beatty down the lane. Kavanaugh called for that foul, his second. It'll put Beatty at the line.
No, it's
Just kidding. On the floor.
yeah.
I was just going to say, there's been a couple games this year as well. Jacobson gets fouled by 11, and quickly Kavanaugh has. See, I can tell the future.
There you
again.
go. There you go. Someone was going to.
Foul on Kavanaugh, send someone to the line. But actually, what I was going to say about Beatty applies to Jacobson as well. We've seen a couple of games where they've been kind of quiet offensively, and trips to the free throw line have given them some confidence and ignited them to contribute more in the rest of the game. And that's what we're used to seeing from Anders Jacobson after missing a pair in the first. And missing the second. Laszlo Smith. Really just some great slashing moves. The Knights have had a difficult time dealing with. Good off-balance pass inside. What quick touch ball movement. Whew.
Almost caught Rumbaugh unaware.
Yep. Seahawks break the press and right over the top.
Yep.
Laszlo Smith has really just got this soft touch off the glass.
He's getting within 8 feet of the basket and just able to stick it.
Rumbaugh caught but able to move it out. Nobody believing Kel Thornton's going to shoot that three. Jacobson to the side. Good tip in Beatty. Thornton able to set it up, Beatty able to knock it down. A very tentative 5-point lead.
1-3-1 half-court trap.
Beatty steps in. Jacobson finds him, and a travel.
And that's where you really want to come to that jump stop. Slow it down a little bit. You're on the offense. You know what you want to do. Make the defense react. Here's that
set.
1-3-1 trap.
Jacobson called with a foul.
That's his third. So now you got Jacobson and Walker with 3.
Jacobson 3, Walker 3. On the other end, Newsom 3, Kavanaugh 3, Foley 4. And Foley. Ooh. Beatty with 3 now as well. The foul's really starting to pile
Now the
up.
fouls are starting to add up.
And
wasn't so long ago you said, oh, we only got 2.
Hey, what do you know? Coach Caputo stood up and looked over at Dave Beatty, and he just gave that big smile and a thumbs up. I know, Coach, I know. I can play with 3. Snatches that rebound.
Too trying
strong.
to swoop in there, just not enough of a little finger roll.
Yeah, great move, just not a great finish. Smith again. Can't get it off the glass this time. Good no look. Oh, and the touch pass back. Talk about ball movement and finishing with authority. Throwing it down is Aaron Rumbaugh. What ball movement. First, the great look ahead. Adamson back and forth with Rumbaugh. How do you guard that?
Well, that's just being very unselfish there. Most players would go ahead and take that lead pass and try to score and get the foul. Aaron just go ahead, sees the man open. Adamson on the other side. Adamson being unselfish too, gives it back to him. Lets Aaron get the flush.
Well, and it's so hard to have that opportunity and give it up. That I think it can cut both ways, though. We've seen times where guys go down and they have one too many passes. They try to overthink it. You lose the handle, you go out of balance. But that time, it's like the Knights were all on the same page. They knew, I'm going to give it up, and maybe I'm going to get it back, maybe not. But they were just all ready for everything, never assuming the play was over until the high percentage shot went down from Rumbaugh.
Yeah, very high percentage until you miss it. Mm-hmm. And then when you miss it, oh my goodness, you'll hear about it in practice the next day. Fortunately, Aaron doesn't have to worry about that yet.
Yeah, not yet. That lead stretching out to 7. The Knights have held the lead the entire second half, but it's been uncomfortable at times.
It has. The Seahawks have gotten comfortable against that zone press. We haven't seen it lately, and the Knights have changed up their half-court defense to a 1-3-1 half-court trap. Again, catching the Seahawks by surprise.
Well, the Knights starting to fire ahead offensively, but certainly some answers from the Seahawks as well. As we mentioned, Ryan has been stepping up, and we've been calling DeLazo Smith's name all night. He was CAC Player of the Week, I think, recently, and showing just why tonight. And just as you mentioned, Mike, now not coming into the press out of the timeout, content to change things up again.
And keeping the Seahawks way away from the basket.
Yeah, it worked for him early, so why not? And it will stay with the Seahawks.
There's a little bit of confusion on who touched it. If you're in doubt, go ahead and grab it.
Yep. Smith on the inbounds. You got Beatty matched up on Foley now. He's a great on-ball defender. He's got the height to match up inside and outside. It's a good call.
Illegal screen.
There you go. We've had that call both ways so far tonight as well. Marsalis Hurley, just his first.
And that seems to be a lot of referees' pet
call
or go-to call.
It's like, I'm getting bored of what's happening down here. Let's call that.
Let's call the illegal screen.
Ten and a half minutes. This lead, again, has been right around this 7-point margin for a while now. The Knights would love it to stay there as long as it's there in about 10 and a half minutes of game time. Walker with the miss.
And again, once the Seahawks go back in that man-to-man, you really want to make sure you attack the basket.
Three-pointer good that time. Brendan Kavanaugh. And the lead is 4 as we get halfway through the second half.
Again, a little bit uncomfortable time for the Knights.
Nice look over the top. Good job by the Seahawk defense to come back, though. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Rumbaugh.
You know, and we're seeing the Knights starting to settle for jump shots now, which is what happened in the first half, too, and when the Seahawks started to come back.
And in striking distance now, coming back when you've got a large lead gives you some wiggle room. Not much room left for error now. And traveling the call. An all-important turnover to prevent the lead from going to a single possession.
The Knights really need to, again, attack the basket.
Adamson trying to find Langford, cleaned up by Rumbaugh.
So it looks like Rumbaugh got caught a little bit in between what he wanted to do.
A lot of bodies flying around. Langford looks like he may have taken a shot. And gets called for the foul.
And gets called for the foul.
No good deed, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's usually the one that gets hurt the most is the one they call the foul on.
And he's calling for a sub. Too many bodies involved down there. Couldn't see what happened. But he's hurting. Looks
like he got caught up around the nose area.
Yep.
And Coach Caputo calls the timeout.
Full timeout. Got to wonder if he's taking this maybe to give Langford a minute to breathe, kind of gather himself, see if he can put him back in the game, or whether he's okay putting Thornton in. Strategically at this point, I don't know that there's any better reason to do it now than any other time. The lead down to 4 in 9 minutes. I have to imagine that's what he's doing it for.
It would seem so. Obviously, the Knights have gotten off the script with each other, and as the Seahawks have come back, so maybe it's taking time also to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, good a time as any. It certainly, maybe that's the original cause, but now you've got that extra reason. Okay, now we've got a guy who's really contributed a lot in this game so far. 14 points at this point. Give him a minute to shake it off.
Well, coming up for the Knights will be on Saturday, Penn State Harrisburg. On the women's side, Penn State Harrisburg is 1-4, just like the Knights. So again, another great opportunity for the ladies to get a win at home. On the men's side, Penn State Harrisburg is coming into tonight at 3-1 in the conference, with the Knights being 2-2. So again, another tough CAC opponent coming into the barn. But if the Knights can pull this game out, again, start to feel that momentum of building with some home wins.
Yeah, near the top of the table, Penn State Harrisburg. But lest we forget, also near the top of the table, the St. Mary's opponent that they're playing right now, and they're hanging with them. So it's encouraging to see the Knights hanging in against some very steep competition. And if they can pull this one off, and then Penn State Harrisburg, what a statement that would make. Basket is good for Newsom. And the lead 3, as close as it's been since the first, early in the first half.
Yes, it is.
Almost said the first quarter.
Almost the first. Yeah, you kind of hope that the men's and women's games would would become congruent with each other.
Yeah.
Great rebound by Kevin Walker.
Yeah, great job resetting the possession. And gets a second chance point out of it, Rumbaugh.
Another nice drop step.
And what a big bucket that is now, making it a 2-possession lead. Even this early on. Oh, and the bucket good at the other end. Marcellus Hurley.
Again, it looks like St. Mary's is getting comfortable with that 1-3-1 zone. Gonna have to get out of it, go to something else. Always have another tool in the shed.
Looks like that's going to be, it is going to be Hurley, who just recently picked up his first, and now getting a quick second. Both teams now sitting at 6 fouls apiece.
Yeah, next foul will be both teams being 1-1.
It's going to be Adamson checking out, Anders Jacobson checking in. Inbound to Beatty. The 1-on-1. Got it. Just his 6th and 7th points of the evening, but got a bucket when the Knights needed one. Jacobson applying some backside pressure. That's going to be Cale Thornton picking up the foul.
Again, the Seahawks have gotten very used to this 1-3-1 half-court trap. They're starting to break it with ease. It's advantageous for the Knights to get out of it. Go back to the 2-3 zone. Makes the Seahawks go to something else.
Yeah, never let your opponent get comfortable.
Or foul them and put them on the free throw line and let them miss.
Wide right for Hurley.
We saw it work for the women earlier on.
Yeah. Off on both. Thornton not able to come up with it.
And they're the cardinal sin on a free throw.
Yep.
Is to let them have the offensive rebound.
Especially when they miss both.
Oh, and Hurley, his form does not look good.
Fallon. And Jacobson coming up with the rebound again when the Knights need it.
Again, we're probably going to see a lot of ball control now. Both teams try to work to the shot that they want to get.
Foley is back in the game. He's got 4 fouls. The Knights may want to look to go at him. 8 seconds. Knights have got to get a shot. Cale Thornton will give it to him. And we'll pick up an offensive. I'm telling you, Cale Thornton.
And I would like to see that again to see if he was inside the restricted arc.
Yeah, I wonder if he has like an anti-referee blog or I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it's the number. The referees don't like 55.
Yeah, 55.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's too easy to call 55.
Yeah.
That's it.
Whatever it is, the lead is 5. The Seahawks looking to cut to a single possession. Hey, Cale didn't get called for the foul. That's something. Kavanaugh with the basket. A 1-possession lead. And just mauled. The referee looks bored at that point. I guess a delay of game warning on Garrett Snoops after that, which is, I don't even know. Well, it's a 1-point game, Mike.
Like you said earlier, it's been
strange
night.
I knew you were going there. You can tell St. Mary's playing with a lot of fire now. They know they've climbed back into this one, have the opportunity to take the lead for the first time in a long time. Thornton, and that's going to be a foul. Garrett Snoops, his first. Cale Thornton at the free throw line.
You know, and you kind of, as the game goes on, you start to get a feel of what referee is going to call what, and you always want the guy that was on the baseline and made that call on your side.
Right.
He's the one that's going to call all the contact down underneath the basket. The other two, not so much.
Right. Thornton connects on the first. Makes them both. Uncommon for big men, but it's a strange night.
It's a strange night.
When Cale makes 2 for 2 from the line and Anders Jacobson struggles,
yeah,
it's
a strange night.
I'm going to start repenting, I'm telling you that. A lot of ball movement. Still not a lot inside, which has boded well for the Knights so far. In and out and down to Thornton. Beatty, 2-on-5. And Kavanaugh, maybe? Foul on Kavanaugh?
Looks like it.
Yes, it is. His
And
fourth.
that's his fourth.
4 on, so let's review. 4 on Kavanaugh, 4 on Foley, 3 on Newsom, 2 on Marsalis, and because it's that season, a partridge in a pear tree.
There you go.
As for the Knights, 3s across the board on Jacobson, Beatty, Walker, Langford, and Thornton.
Yeah, if you're a poker player, that's
Yeah,
5 threes. Oh, and there's the fourth on Walker.
Only 4 threes now.
Still a good hand.
It's true. Walker with that all-important fourth, though. The Knights will need him down the stretch. And
Yeah,
now at 5:17, they may not have him.
And that foul 94 feet away from the opponent's basket is just something that drives coaches crazy.
On the good side, this is Marsalis Hurley, who you were critical of his form before, and rightly so. The Knights come away with this one.
It just looks like he shot puts the ball just a little bit.
Yep. Five minutes to play, 3-point lead. Beatty through pressure, stick back, no good by Rumbaugh. And the Seahawks regroup. Ball on the deck, Walker goes for it.
And a timeout called by Kavanaugh.
Smart call considering the situation. Full timeout. Well, the Knights have had a lot of different lead margins. It's down to 3 now, sub 5. You got to have the confidence in knowing you've led the whole game, but you got to have the concern of knowing it's gotten a lot closer than it has been.
You're right there, or the Seahawks are right there. One possession game. They can tie it up with a 3. That has to be a little bit disheartening for the Knights, but encouraging for the Seahawks. And it all started when Ryan hit 3 threes in a row.
Yeah, close that gap quickly. Despite answering with baskets on some of them from the Knights, your confidence has got to be a bit shaken, but you also have to feel good. The Knights have really, considering some of their recent games, this is a much better situation than they've been in.
Oh, and the last 2 games is night and day.
So you got to focus on right now. You got to focus on what you've done to get you here. And it's frankly been keep them out of the paint. Don't let them drive. And when it comes to outside, there's really one guy you got to worry about, and he's wearing the number 21. And you're in luck because he's not on the floor right now.
Yeah, the one you have to worry about now is number 13.
Yeah, Laszlo Smith.
Smith has just really put them on his back, driving to the basket, making a lot of hard layup shots for the Seahawks.
And he's drawn a lot of attention, too. So even when he hasn't been the one to make the basket, he set up the person who has.
Oh, and then you got Jacobson. Oh, my goodness. 4 on Jacobson now.
We got a full house.
Full house.
It's not as good as 5 of a kind, which is not as good as, or 4 of a kind, which is not as good as 5 of a kind, but the problem is you're trending in the wrong direction.
And that's the guy that we told that we need to really watch out for is Smith.
Makes them both. a 1-point lead. The Knights have not trailed in the second half. I don't know if they've trailed in the game.
They haven't trailed in the game.
Certainly not something they want to start doing now.
No, not in the last 4 minutes of the game. Not a good time to be behind.
Rumbaugh caught, finds Beatty, time running out, 5 seconds. That'll help. Kevin Walker getting excited.
Now he's got to play with that excitement and keep it toned down just a little bit. Make sure he doesn't pick up that 5th foul.
True, he's shown in a couple of games here at home a lot of prowess being able to do that, though.
Snoops with the 2.
Over the back, and that's number 23,
And
James
that's
Foley.
And that's his 5th.
He's picked up 5 fouls before he picked up a point.
Yeah, and that brings back in that man, Ryan.
You gotta wonder if that's a good trade. I mean, obviously there's a lot of ways to impact a game besides scoring points. I don't mean to diminish Foley's contributions, but a guy that shot 3 threes in a row at a time where the lead is 2, you gotta wonder if, he had a 5th foul, but we'll leave him on the court. It's okay.
Yeah, I would much rather him be out on the floor than Ryan right now. And Ryan only has 1 foul on him.
Langford connects. Lead now 3. The danger of having that down to 1 and losing the lead will now, in all likelihood, take at least 2 possessions. As Langford able to extend back to 4. Great defensive play by Walker. He's off to, and the pocket pass. Howdy do, Aaron Rumbaugh with another slam. The lead is 6, and the energy's picking up.
And again, the Knights have changed their defense. Got out of that 1-3-1. Now they're back into man-to-man. Looks like the Seahawks are a little bit out of sorts. Again, Coach Caputo and his staff doing a great job of changing the defenses. Just like to see them change it a little bit quicker.
Unforced turnover by Kavanaugh. 6-point lead and the ball, 3.5 to go. Rumbaugh finds Walker, who smartly gives just a beat and will draw the foul. And Hurley's piled up 3 fouls pretty quickly here in this second half. I don't think he had any 10, 12 minutes ago.
No, he came in the second half with no points and no fouls, I do believe, and picked up 6 quick points, and now he's picked up the 3 quick fouls.
At least the fouls are catching up.
Fouls are catching up to his points.
And Walker connects them both. All of a sudden, a 1-point lead, an 8-point lead. It would be huge to make that double digits. Not that everything so far hasn't been. But it won't happen on the next possession. Canary, not a lot of time, not a lot of minutes, but scores when the Seahawks really need him. The Knights happy to take a little bit of time. Will take a good shot if they can find it. Langford found it off the glass.
Bank shot. Shades of Tim Duncan there.
Yeah. And the shot not falling this time for Smith.
Oh, and it's going to go off Justin's hands.
Whew. But you've got to be a lot more comfortable if you're a Knight fan now up 8 points with 2.5 left than you were up 1 with 4.5 left.
Yeah, and I don't know how comfortable anybody's going to be until the game's over.
I'm more comfortable. Everything's relative. Oh, long pass, able to collect it though. Taking a lot of time.
It's a great defensive stand by the Knights. Just don't foul. Oh, Justin.
That's his fourth. Boy, the Knights have had several games this year where they've had a bunch of guys end with 4 and nobody foul out. They could really use another one tonight.
They could.
And Pat Ryan getting ready to check back in.
And if you're Justin Langford, you don't want the clock to stop. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Let him try to make that hard shot. Don't let the clock stop.
Even though it does miss, you're still right. 2:12 left. 8-point lead. The Knights feeling the opportunity now to come away with a big home win against a highly ranked conference opponent. And the quick foul that time by Garrett Snoops, I think only his second. I should say, by the way, that Provost Sal made it very clear to me at the half that if they win this game, it's because the basketball team went to his house yesterday and had lunch. And while he was eating with half the team, it's a big group, they were split up. While he was eating with half the team, the other half got in the pool to relax. And it is because of that relaxation that they would win. He said if they lost, it was because of his wife's nachos.
Oh.
But they're winning, so
Right.
Clearly that's not the case.
And now at a 10-point lead.
Huge to go up double digits at this point. So demoralizing to anyone who's actually looking at the scoreboard on the other team.
Yeah, you spend all that energy to get it down to within 4, and then all of a sudden it's back to 10.
And now just like that, back down to 8 with the basket by Kavanaugh. But happy to burn some clock. Let the air out of the ball a little bit. Which is only helpful if ultimately you get a good shot. When it's all said and done, 10 seconds now. Good look to Walker.
Oh, and just missed that offensive rebound.
Coming away with no points. And at the other end, Ryan now with 12. Lead is 6.
And if you miss the shot on your end, you got to get back on defense. Don't give up a quick pass.
Rumbaugh able to get across the line to Jacobson. Coach Caputo letting him know he can call a timeout if he needs one, because he can't. Coach Caputo himself. 10 seconds. Got to get a shot. Beatty loses the ball. It's out of bounds.
Oh, and that shouldn't be a...
They're going to not reset the shot clock. It should be 3 seconds, I believe. So they're saying no change of possession, which makes sense.
That was no change of possession.
It's going to go out of bounds. Out of bounds for the Knights. The question is how long? They have 2 seconds. 2 seconds
And
on the shot clock.
by-
Yeah, it's a good time to take a timeout. This is a very full timeout taken by Coach Caputo. This is a very important possession. It might not seem like it. 2 seconds, you got to lead by 6. But 51 seconds is a lot of time.
A long time. That could be an eternity.
Yeah, you can be a third of the way to having a Hot Pocket ready by that.
Yes.
That is a long time to have to
in basketball time, 50 seconds could be 10 minutes.
wait. Oh, it's a long time to wait for a Hot Pocket too. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunity here, which is why you would love to hit some kind of basket. You can only chew up 2 seconds unless you get a reset off the rim. Certainly that's not what you're looking for. You want some kind of basket. Make it a 3-possession game.
Yeah, a 3-possession game would be phenomenal for the Knights, because that would make St. Mary's start to have to foul. Again, if the Knights do miss this shot, they have to get back and put a wall up in the lane. Make sure that there's no layup that happens within 4 or 5 seconds. Make St. Mary's eat some clock on their own offensive end.
Yeah, even if you can slow them down, chew up a bunch of time, and they get a shot off, it's a good free throw shooting team the Knights have. There's a good opportunity for them to connect on that. But the first order of business, get a good inbound play and try to get a bucket. See what the Knights drew up during that timeout. Langford, 3. No good.
Oh, and it's off to St. Mary's. Kevin Walker struggling to get that rebound.
6 seconds. Or excuse me, 6 points, 45 seconds. Smith takes it in his hands.
Oh, it's caught on the
floor.
ground.
I hadn't seen one waved off in a while.
There it
It's
is.
a real good thing that one was.
Yep.
Jacobson's done. But the fact that that shot dropped made it clear that it was a good foul to make. Worst case scenario, end up where you were before with 2 points made, but losing Anders Jacobson at this point of the game, that's not good either.
No, one of your more steady ball handlers. Not just a ball handler, but the thickness of his shoulders really keeps defenders away from him. And now he's going to have to rely on Kevin Walker and Adamson to make sure that they keep the ball in check.
DeLazzo Smith at the line, not who the Knights want there.
Looks very, very confident at the line.
He does. Once again, I love David Beatty, Coach Quinn. If you got to have the chair on, smiles, thumbs up. Gotcha, Coach. And it helps when you don't have to gather the rebound.
Yeah, don't have to gather the rebound.
Lob over the top. Rumbaugh gets it. And a steal looking to come up. Not so much Walker. Yeah, there could have been some contact there. It's going to be Snoops.
His fourth.
It's getting a little chippy out there. Both teams wanting to come away with this. Both teams realizing how close it is. And on the side of the score sheet, the W's not any bigger, the L's not any smaller, whether you win or lose by a lot.
Now again, Kevin hits these, it's going to become a free throw shooting contest.
Clutch. Absolutely clutch. Ryan back in the game. More offense for defense, I think, the substitution there.
And I would
Ryan
make sure I know where he is out on the three-point line.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Give up a 2, do not give up a 3.
Got it. 6-point lead, 30 seconds. Knights forcing him to take some time. Beatty with the rebound. Able to get the pass off to Rumbaugh, who finds Adamson, but not until after he's fouled.
Yep. Ryan fouled.
Danny Canary, call for the foul, his second. Still not comfortable, but more comfortable. 6-second lead. If they can just keep that lead, the closer it gets to 0, the more comfortable they'll be. And what would be even better, that. 15 unofficially for Rumbaugh. 7-point lead. Made basket, timeout by Chris Harney of the Seahawks.
And now this is where Coach Caputo is telling them, slow them down, don't foul.
Yep.
Don't play Matador defense where they can go straight to the basket.
Right.
Stand in their way, but don't foul.
So can we talk about the value of high percentage free throw shooters down the stretch? Rumbaugh just hit 2 in a row. Walker hit 2 before that.
Well, when you have the lead, that is what you want, is your team to be able to confidently step up and hit the free throws. That makes your life a whole lot easier as a coach. Conversely, if you know that your team is not a good free throw shooting team and you have a lead, then it's going to be something that it's nail biting time. Look at the NBA, for example. They used to have the Hack-a-Shaq. Now with the Clippers, Hackett Jordan, and I watched San Antonio play against the Clippers. And for 5 minutes, all they did was foul Jordan. The ball didn't even get in bounds. They just fouled him, and they walked to the free throw line. And obviously, at a 43% clip, he only made about 4 of his shots.
43% clip. I see what you did there.
Didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
But for the Knights to step up and confidently hit those shots, especially coming off the 2 games that they've just had, is fantastic for them.
Well, and defensively, what do? If you can't foul them because they're hitting all their free throws,
Yep.
and you can't, they're outplaying you offensively, you can't do that. Like, what can you do? 15 seconds, 8-point lead. Taking a lot of time.
Smart.
The Knights will take
nice.
that.
That was nice.
Yeah, great step through, 8.6.
Well, they played enough defense and then got out of his way.
Yep. Good no look. Langford.
Nice job by Langford. There we go.
They're going to let it go. Whatever.
Well, they tried to foul Langford. Couldn't get it done. The referees weren't going to have any of it.
There were some indications before the game started that the referees were interested in closing this game out quickly. We'll say that. And as it turns out, they're able to, at the end there, the refs saying, you know what, it's done. We know who won. Let's go ahead and go home. So with that, the final score, Southern Virginia 87, St. Mary's 81. And as we were just mentioning, St. Mary's right now at the top of the table, 3-1 in the CAC. This will be a big victory for the Knights moving forward, really making a statement that in conference they're not to be trifled with.
No, it's a great win for the Knights being able to hold St. Mary's at bay. That puts them with 3 wins, puts them up there really close to Christopher Newport. And we're going to have Justin Langford come in for just a few seconds.
The big man with a big game, Justin Langford, right here.
Justin, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great game, especially seeing you be able to play the whole game. There's been a few times earlier on in the season where we saw you being able to gather a lot of fouls rather quickly.
Yeah.
Lately, we've seen you be able to stay out on the floor, and it looks like y'all are starting to get back to where you were earlier on playing at home. We noticed that the last 2 games, not so good, but playing at home always gets things right. Tell us a little bit about the change in defense that we saw tonight.
Well, we've been playing a lot of up-tempo. We've seen in practice as we've got up and down the floor that we play better when we're playing fast. We're not super good offensively when we're slow in the half court. And so that's why today you saw a lot of a press. We practiced a lot of that this last week, and it really helped us out today. And
we also noticed that you changed up your half-court defenses quite a few times. We saw a 2-3 zone. We saw a 1-3-1 half-court trap. We saw obviously your man-to-man. And every time you switched, it looked like you caught St. Mary's off guard. Is that something that we're going to be looking forward to seeing from now on?
Yeah, it's something that Coach Winslow is really good at taking the players that we have on the floor and running a defense that's suited to their strengths. So when we have a quicker team on the floor, he likes to put us in man. When we get some of the bigger guys on the floor, we put us into a 1-2-2, and it just makes us get out onto the shooters in the corners. Either way, it works out really well.
Well, a great win. That puts you 3-2 in the conference, 3-0 at home, which is even better, right? But the 3-2 in the conference puts you tied for second place now. Right behind Christopher Newport. We know that Christopher Newport is always going to be one of the tougher teams to play against, but they have to come here and play. We asked David Beatty earlier, and he said that y'all were definitely going to make the playoffs this year, the
That's
tournament.
The goal.
Is that the goal? Is that something that you can solidly say that you agree with David, that y'all are going to be in the conference tournament?
I agree. I think if we keep playing at the pace that we're playing, we're going to end up in the tournament.
Well, congratulations. We got you at 20 points tonight. Don't know how many rebounds, but it seems like you're always grabbing some, and just a great team effort. And we look forward to seeing this continue on throughout the rest of the year.
Absolutely.
Thanks, and go have a good celebration with your team.
Thank you.
So we have Justin Langford coming in with 20 points, or 18 points, 2 points away from 20. Only 3 rebounds they have him, but it seems like he had a lot more than that. But again, just a great opportunity for the Knights to go out and really change a lot of things up on defense, put a lot of worry into the Seahawks, not knowing what's going to happen. And Penn State Harrisburg is coming up at 3-1 now, coming in on Saturday. And if they can continue this, that just keeps them climbing that ladder. Right now, as things stand, they're tied for second place in the CAC. Newport obviously being first with no losses, but these home wins get them closer and closer and closer to that goal of being in the CAC tournament.
Well, and how much confidence does that have to give you as well? To come in after some very difficult losses, you win one at home against a conference opponent who's riding high so far in the conference. You move up there, and then you look at the next one and say, all right, we're on par with them now. You're not coming into it with that concern. You're coming into it with confidence, and that can reflect so much in your gameplay.
Yeah, the Knights look like a totally different team than what they were to the last two games. And again, a lot of home cooking is great for the Knights. Again, another game coming up on Saturday. First time this season, a doubleheader win on both sides. So a first there, and hopefully they can continue this on Saturday.
Absolutely, especially with the students back. Hopefully it gets some folks out here. I'm sure there'll be lots of folks that missed the opportunity to come out here and see this. But if you're in town, hey, come out and join us for a game. If not, keep coming out to our broadcast. Really appreciate, again, all the folks at home. For the broadcast crew, I'm Art Furler, Mike Harmon. Thanks for joining us tonight. 87-81 your final score. Southern Virginia knocks off St. Mary's in the second game of our doubleheader. See you on Saturday. Doubleheader again against Penn State Harrisburg. Have a good night.